Deep in the cold void of space, alien fleets moved like shadows across the Sol system. Their ships were enormous, armed with weapons that could destroy entire planets. Yet to them the solar system was quiet, boring, and harmless. Their sensors scanned planets, moons, and asteroids, but nothing seemed out of place. Suddenly, a faint blip appeared on one of the alien screens. A tiny burst of energy. The readings were strange, almost impossible. One alien officer leaned forward, squinting at the data. "It's from that backwater planet? Earth," it hissed. "Humans? Weak. Insignificant. They cannot even build a proper warship." Other officers laughed. Their voices echoed through the bridge, full of arrogance. "Tiny ships, slow engines, nothing that can threaten us." The sensors kept showing the energy spike. It was unusual, sudden, and powerful, but not enough for the aliens to worry. They assumed it was some natural phenomenon. A star flare, maybe, or a minor volcanic eruption. Meanwhile, far below the moon, things were very different. Deep under layers of rock and dust, a hidden human shipyard stirred to life. Massive hangars opened doors that had remained sealed for decades. Lights flickered on across the base, illuminating corridors lined with humans rushing to their stations. Commander Laura Miles moved quickly through the control center. "All units, report status. Project Titan activation is in progress." Her voice was calm but firm. The engineers responded with a mix of excitement and tension. This was not a drill. Massive machines began to hum. Ship hulls that had been lying dormant for years now glimmered under new energy shields. The humans had worked in secret for decades, improving old technology and mixing it with innovations so advanced that even the aliens could not imagine them. Back on the alien command ship, sensors suddenly showed a flicker in the moon's orbit. A shadow moved. A small object, almost invisible yet powerful enough to be detected. One alien officer frowned. "Unusual movement, near the moon's surface. Is it a sensor error?" "No," said another, scanning again. "It is something artificial. But it is small. Likely harmless. Ignore it." Unknown to them, the moon's surface hid one of humanity's most closely guarded secrets. The largest human battleship, codenamed Titan, began to rise slowly. Massive engines roared to life, sending vibrations through the underground tunnels. Alarms flashed across the control rooms as technicians monitored every system. "Shields online. Weapons online. Power cores stable," reported one engineer. Commander Miles nodded. "Good. Initiate orbital deployment sequence." The humans worked in perfect coordination. Every step had been rehearsed for years. Every calculation had been double-checked. Their enemies, the aliens, laughed at their tiny planet, completely unaware of what was happening under their noses. In the dark corridors of the human base, the code name Project Titan activation flashed in huge letters on the main screens. This was no ordinary ship. It was the culmination of decades of secret research, a weapon designed to protect Earth from threats no one believed could come. Above, the alien fleets continued their patrols, oblivious. They watched Earth's tiny ships and shook their heads in disbelief. "Pathetic," they said. "Why would they even try to fight us?" But in orbit, the first human frigates emerged, small but heavily armed. Sensors hummed as they transmitted encrypted signals to the command base. Every movement was calculated. Every system ready. Humans were about to show the galaxy that appearances could be deceiving. Deep below, alarms rang louder. Commander Miles' fingers flew over the console. "Project Titan is fully operational," she said. "Prepare for the next phase. The galaxy thinks we are weak. Let's change that." And in the darkness of space, the aliens remained unaware. Their laughter echoed across the void, blind to the storm rising from Earth. Far below the moon, the massive Titan battleship activated its final systems. Lights ran along its hull, engines glowing with a strange blue energy. The underground base trembled as power coursed through every circuit. The code flashed one last time: Project Titan activation complete. Somewhere in the alien command, a sensor suddenly picked up the unusual energy again. The officer leaned forward, blinking at the screen. "What is that?" he whispered. But it was already too late. The first human ships had left the moon. The war that no one expected, the war that the galaxy thought would never happen, was about to begin. And Earth's ultimate weapon was ready. Far from the moon, the human fleet began its slow, calculated movement. To any alien scout watching, the small ships seemed harmless, tiny frigates and transport vessels that could be crushed in moments. They were old-looking, metallic hulls, outdated engines, but appearances were deceiving. Deep inside the command center under the moon, Commander Laura Miles studied the holographic map of the surrounding space. All units maintain formation. Keep stealth protocols active. We cannot reveal Titan too soon. Her voice carried calm authority, but every officer on the bridge felt the tension. The first phase had been perfect, but now came the critical moment. The Titan battleship remained hidden in orbit, cloaked under advanced energy fields. Its presence was invisible to alien sensors. Only its smaller frigates moved ahead, appearing weak, almost defenseless. Back in the alien fleets, arrogance ruled. "Humans cannot fight us," said one alien admiral, scanning his instruments. "Their ships are slow. Their weapons primitive. Why waste time on them?" But even as they laughed, their sensors occasionally flickered with unusual readings. Tiny energy spikes, strange interference, brief, almost imperceptible, and always gone before they could analyze. They dismissed it. Humans were too weak. Meanwhile, the hidden human engineers worked frantically. Consoles blinked with warnings, status updates, and activation sequences. Energy was rerouted to shields, engines, and weapons simultaneously. Every system hummed perfectly. Every calculation had been tested. Every human in the base knew the stakes. Lieutenant Kai Zhang ran from one station to another. Power cores are stable. Shields at maximum. Weapon systems calibrated. Titan is ready. Commander Miles nodded without taking her eyes from the holographic display. Good. Begin orbital patrol alignment. Frigates will draw their attention, Titan will follow quietly. And so, the first human ships began to move closer to the edge of the solar system. Sensors across the alien fleets picked them up. Small, slow-moving old metal. They laughed again. "Pathetic," one said. No fleet could call these ships a threat. But the humans had prepared for this moment for decades. Every frigate carried hidden weapons systems. Small, almost invisible, but deadly accurate. Each carried EMP pulse devices, energy disruptors, and shield-piercing missiles. Suddenly, as one frigate approached the edge of an asteroid field, it fired a small pulse, not at the aliens directly but at the space around them. Energy rippled silently through the void. Shields on nearby alien scouts flickered. Some systems went offline for seconds. Just enough to make the alien commanders blink, confused. "What just happened?" an alien officer stammered. "Our shields, they flickered, briefly." Another laughed nervously. "Surely it is nothing. Probably a local anomaly." But the humans knew exactly what they had done. It was only a taste of their power, a warning of the chaos to come. Deep in the alien command, a small council argued. "Perhaps we should investigate closer," one suggested. "They may have some unknown technology." "No," another snapped. "Humans are harmless. Observe then dismiss. Nothing more." Meanwhile, the human fleet continued to advance, drawing alien attention but avoiding real confrontation. The small frigates acted as bait, luring scouts and patrol ships into false confidence. And all the while Titan waited, cloaked, patient, and deadly. Back under the moon, Commander Miles monitored every movement. "Remember," she said quietly, "the galaxy believes we are weak. We will use that to our advantage. Wait for the right moment, then strike." Suddenly, a minor alarm rang. One of the frigates reported unusual interference from a distant alien patrol. A pulse of energy had passed through their systems. Nothing major but enough to make them nervous. "Good," Miles whispered. "They are noticing us. Exactly what we wanted. Keep them distracted." And then, from orbit above the moon, a faint blue glow appeared, the first visible signature of Titan's engines. Still cloaked, still silent, yet massive enough to dwarf every alien ship nearby. A scout vessel approached the edge of the asteroid field, scanning for threats. The humans waited. Every officer held their breath. One wrong move could reveal Titan too soon. "Patience," Miles said. "All will be revealed when they least expect it." The alien fleet, confident and arrogant, continued to move toward the human frigates. They laughed, mocking the tiny ships, unaware that every move they made was being observed, recorded, and calculated. And far below the moon, in the heart of the hidden base, the words Project Titan activation flashed once again. The humans were ready. Not just to fight, but to unleash the weapon that would shock the galaxy. As the first scouts neared the asteroid field, the frigates fired another energy pulse. Systems on several alien ships went dark for a few seconds. Panic flickered across their bridges. A small crack in their confidence appeared. Commander Miles smiled. "Phase 1 complete. Phase 2 begins soon." And in the darkness of space, the galaxy's first Real warning arrived. Humanity was not weak. Humanity was patient. And when Titan finally revealed itself, no alien would ever forget the power of Earth. The tiny human frigates moved confidently through the asteroid field, their small hulls gleaming in the distant starlight. To the alien scouts observing from afar, they seemed insignificant, easy prey too weak to matter. They laughed, their voices echoing across their massive command ships. Pathetic, one alien hissed. How can they hope to fight us? But the humans had a plan. Every frigate carried hidden weapons, shield disruptors, and energy pulses designed to confuse and disable enemy systems. They were bait, but deadly bait. Commander Laura Miles watched the displays in the moon base, her eyes sharp. Prepare for the first strike, she said. Remember, our strength is the element of surprise. We do not attack recklessly. The first pulse fired from a human frigate like a quiet ripple across the void. Alien shields flickered and glowed briefly before returning to normal. Panic flickered among some of the alien crews. A few systems went offline, leaving their weapons useless for moments. What just happened? An alien officer shouted. Our shields, they failed. Impossible, another exclaimed. No species can disable our systems this quickly. The aliens scrambled, trying to assess the threat. Meanwhile, the human frigates moved with perfect coordination. Every movement had been calculated, every attack synchronized. They were tiny but deadly, and their real weapon had not yet appeared. Suddenly, a scout ship came too close to the asteroid field. The human frigates held fire, drawing it in further. Then, in a burst of energy, the ship was hit with an EMP pulse. Its systems went dark. It drifted, powerless, into the field. Stay calm, Miles said. This is only the beginning. And then the Titan battleship finally revealed itself. From the edge of the asteroid field, a massive shadow emerged. Its hull was enormous, far larger than any alien vessel nearby. Engines glowed with a strange blue energy, and weapons systems hummed quietly, ready to fire. The alien fleets froze. Sensors could barely detect the massive ship. Their arrogance faltered. One admiral whispered in disbelief, "What is that?" Titan moved silently, its massive hull casting shadows across the asteroid field. The smaller human ships spread out, guiding alien attention toward Titan, yet remaining close enough for protection. The first shots were fired, not by guns but by Titan's energy disruptor beams. A nearby alien destroyer shuddered as systems failed one by one. Its weapons went offline. Shields collapsed. Panic erupted on the bridge. This cannot be, an alien officer screamed. Humans are not supposed to have this technology. The human frigates continued to maneuver, drawing fire away from Titan while exploiting the chaos. Another alien scout fired a warning shot, but it hit empty space. The humans were faster, smarter, and unseen. Every alien attack seemed pointless. Deep in the alien command ships, the council panicked. Pull back, one yelled. They are stronger than expected. Impossible, another countered. We've underestimated them for centuries. How could this be? Titan fired again, a massive energy beam tearing through a battleship in the distance. The explosion lit up the void, sending debris scattering across the asteroid field. Smaller alien ships tried to escape, but each one was met with precise energy pulses that crippled their systems without destroying the hulls. Back on the moon, Commander Miles watched the battle unfold. Keep them distracted. Draw them in. Titan, prepare for full strike. Her calm voice carried a deadly weight. Every move had been planned, every strike measured. The aliens, once arrogant and confident, were now confused and afraid. Their fleets were being destroyed slowly, silently, and efficiently. No one had expected humanity to have such power. And as Titan's massive silhouette hovered over the battlefield, the alien admiral sent a desperate message. We underestimated Earth. But it was too late. The humans had shown the first taste of their true power. A war they never expected had begun, and the galaxy would never see humans the same way again. Titan and its fleet moved forward, ready to unleash even more devastating power. The battle had only begun. The asteroid field was filled with smoke, debris, and shattered ships. But among the chaos, the humans remained calm, organized, and deadly. Every alien ship that survived would carry the memory of this day forever. And deep under the moon, Commander Miles smiled. The first battle was a success. The galaxy had begun to learn a lesson. Humanity may seem weak, but it is anything but. The alien fleets were in chaos. Ships drifted helplessly through the asteroid field, some completely disabled while others tried to regroup. The confidence they had carried across the galaxy for centuries was gone, replaced by fear and confusion. Their sensors still couldn't make sense of Titan, the massive human battleship that now dominated the battlefield. In the heart of the moon base, Commander Laura Miles watched every move with cold precision. "They are starting to panic," she said. "Good. Keep the pressure. Titan will show its full power soon." Titan moved like a shadow across the void, its immense hull glowing with blue energy. The alien fleets had no idea how to approach it. Every attack they attempted was met with perfect precision. Some ships barely moved before their weapon systems failed. Others had shields that collapsed unexpectedly. A massive alien destroyer attempted to flank Titan, thinking it could exploit its size. But before it could close in, Titan fired a concentrated energy beam. It tore through the destroyer's hull with ease, sending it spinning into the asteroid field. Smaller alien ships panicked, unable to comprehend what they were witnessing. "Impossible," one alien officer shouted. "They cannot have this technology." "They've hidden it for centuries," another replied. We underestimated them." The humans were not finished. Frigates darted around the battlefield, drawing attention and isolating enemy ships. Every pulse, every movement had been calculated. Titan, cloaked in a field that made it nearly invisible to sensors, struck when the aliens were weakest. Below the moon, engineers monitored Titan's systems. "All weapons online," reported Lieutenant Kai Zhang. "Energy reserves at maximum. Shields stable." Commander Miles nodded. "Good. Begin Phase 2. Show them what humanity truly is." Then Titan unleashed its ultimate weapons. Massive energy cannons, previously hidden, glowed bright blue. Ships across the alien fleet shuddered as the beams tore through the void. The sheer force of the attacks disabled multiple alien vessels at once. Every explosion sent shockwaves across the battlefield. The aliens tried to respond, but it was useless. Their advanced fleets, their centuries of dominance, meant nothing against the carefully planned human strategy and Titan's superior firepower. One by one, alien ships began to retreat. Panic spread from ship to ship. The alien commanders shouted orders, but their fleet was already breaking apart. No one had ever expected humans to be so powerful. And yet, Titan moved with deadly calm. It didn't chase them recklessly, it struck with precision. Each shot was calculated to cripple, not destroy unnecessarily. Humanity's strategy was clear: show strength, confuse the enemy, and maintain control. Across the galaxy, communication networks picked up the battle. The shockwaves of Titan's weapons were visible even to distant observers. Rumors spread quickly among alien species. Earth had unleashed a weapon unlike anything seen before. A species thought weak and primitive now held the power to challenge the strongest fleets in the galaxy. Back in the moon base, Commander Miles allowed herself a small smile. "They are learning a lesson," she whispered. "The galaxy believed humans were soft. They were wrong." The alien fleet struggled to regroup. Many ships were lost, some destroyed completely, while others limped back toward home systems. Confusion and fear replaced arrogance. Across the bridges of alien command vessels, officers debated the impossible. How had humans, from one small, seemingly weak planet, created such a weapon? Titan remained in the asteroid field, its massive hull a silent threat. Its presence alone caused alien fleets to hesitate. Every commander, every officer knew one thing: Earth was no longer a backwater planet. Humanity had arrived, and its power was undeniable. And far below the moon, in the hidden base, the words Project Titan activation glowed on every screen. Humans had revealed only a fraction of Titan's full capabilities. The first lesson had been taught, but the galaxy had yet to see the full extent of Earth's power. "Prepare for extraction," Commander Miles ordered. "Phase 3 will begin soon. We must maintain the advantage while they are weak and confused." As the alien fleets limped away in retreat, whispers spread across the stars: humans are not to be underestimated. Their ultimate weapon, Titan, is unstoppable. The first real shock across the galaxy had been delivered, and humanity was just getting started. The alien fleets had begun to retreat, but their panic only made them vulnerable. They had seen Titan's power, the way the humans commanded space with precision and strategy, and now fear replaced their arrogance. Every commander realized one simple truth: Earth was not weak. Humanity had weapons and tactics no one had imagined. Commander Laura Miles stood in the moon base, watching the alien ships scatter across the void. Her eyes were sharp, calculating. "Now," she said calmly, "we finish this. Full power, Titan. Unleash everything." Deep in orbit, Titan's massive hull glowed like a giant star. Its engines burned with blue energy, and the hidden cannons along its sides powered up. The human frigates spread out, surrounding the alien ships. Every angle was covered. Every move anticipated. The aliens tried to organize a counterattack, but confusion spread through their fleet. Systems failed, shields flickered, and their formation collapsed. Titan fired its first massive energy beam. The target, a battleship attempting to lead a flanking maneuver. The beam tore through the hull, sending it spinning into debris. Smaller ships nearby tried to escape, but Titan's precise targeting disabled them before they could flee. "What is this?" one alien officer screamed. How can a single planet do this?" The frigates moved in perfect synchronization, firing EMP pulses to disable engines and disrupt weapons. The alien fleet was falling apart, unable to respond effectively. Panic spread across the bridges. Orders were shouted, but the humans had already anticipated them. Every attack was neutralized before it could reach Titan or the frigates. Below the moon, engineers monitored every strike. All systems stable. Weapons firing at maximum efficiency. Shields holding strong, reported Lieutenant Kai Zhang. "Good," Commander Miles said. "Do not hold back. They underestimated us. Make them regret it." Titan unleashed a second, more devastating wave of energy blasts. Alien ships exploded in bursts of fire and metal. Smoke and debris scattered across the void. The aliens had never seen such coordinated destruction. Their fleets were disorganized, their command structure shattered. One alien admiral, witnessing the carnage, could only gasp. We were wrong. Humans, they are unstoppable." But humanity did not seek total annihilation, yet. Titan's attacks were precise, aimed at disabling and breaking the alien formations. The goal was clear: show strength, teach a lesson, and claim dominance without unnecessary destruction. The smaller human frigates darted around, firing disruptor pulses at ships that tried to escape, ensuring none could regroup. Each strike was surgical. Each movement was calculated. Humanity's power was not just in their weapons, it was in their planning, patience, and precision. Alien fleets began to retreat further, trying desperately to escape the full reach of Titan's arsenal. But Titan moved with terrifying efficiency. Its massive hull followed the fleeing ships, energy beams cutting off escape routes. Across the galaxy, the first reports of Titan's assault reached distant systems. Alien species that had ignored Earth for centuries now whispered warnings to one another. "Do not underestimate humans. Do not approach their planet." Deep in the moon base, Commander Miles allowed herself a small, satisfied smile. "They've learned the first lesson," she whispered. "The galaxy will remember this day. And we have only just begun." The alien commander sent a last desperate transmission. "Earth must not be allowed to survive. We underestimated." But it was already too late. Titan, the human frigates, and the carefully planned strategy had already decided the outcome. The first wave of alien attack was broken, their fleets scattered, and their confidence destroyed. And as the smoke of battle drifted across the asteroid field, the humans remained calm, organized, and deadly. Their patience and preparation had turned what seemed like a hopeless fight into a resounding victory. The galaxy had seen the first taste of Earth's true power. And Titan, hidden beneath the moon's surface for centuries, had proven that humanity was no longer weak, no longer soft, and no longer to be ignored. The first real shock across the stars had been delivered. Alien fleets would retreat, but whispers of fear, respect, and awe would echo throughout the galaxy for years to come. Commander Miles turned from the display, her eyes already on the next phase. Humanity had won this battle, but the war was far from over. Titan had shown its power, but the galaxy had yet to see its full potential. And in the silence that followed, one thing became clear. Earth's ultimate weapon had been revealed. The battle was over. Alien fleets had scattered across the void, their ships damaged, their formations broken. Across the asteroid field, debris floated silently, a reminder of the devastating power humanity had just unleashed. For centuries, the galaxy had underestimated Earth, but that mistake had been corrected in the most forceful way possible. Deep under the moon, Commander Laura Miles allowed herself a moment of calm. Engineers and officers moved through the control center, monitoring the last of the human frigates and Titan's status. Every system was stable. Every weapon was still operational. Humanity had not only survived, it had dominated. Titan's massive hull glowed softly in orbit, its engines idling. The alien fleets were gone, but the message had been sent. Humanity was no longer the weak species they once thought. Every alien fleet commander who had witnessed the battle would carry the memory of Titan's power forever. Lieutenant Kai Zhang moved to a console, reviewing the battle logs. All systems performed perfectly. Enemy ships are disabled or retreating. No human casualties reported. Commander Miles nodded. Good. But this is only the beginning. The galaxy will remember this day, but we must prepare for what comes next. They will not forget Titan, or humanity, so easily. Meanwhile, across the void, alien species communicated in shock and fear. The news spread quickly. Humans, Titan, unstoppable. Whispers traveled faster than light. Their arrogance had been shattered. For centuries they had ignored Earth, calling humans weak and soft. Now, fear had replaced arrogance, and respect, albeit grudging, was beginning to take root. Back in the moon base, Miles activated a secure communication channel. Prepare for debrief. Phase 1 of Project Titan is complete. But there are signs of distant fleets approaching. This war is far from over. The officers exchanged uneasy glances. Humanity had won this engagement, but the galaxy was vast. More species, more fleets, more threats could be coming. The humans had shown their power, but they would need to remain vigilant. Outside, Titan rested in orbit, massive and silent. Its presence alone was enough to dominate the region. Alien patrols dared not return. Smaller ships that had survived limped back toward their own systems, carrying messages of caution and terror. Humanity's secret weapon had altered the balance of power. And yet, in the darkness beyond the solar system, something watched. A signal pulsed faintly across the void, detected only by the most sensitive human instruments. It was old, encrypted, and unfamiliar. It came from beyond known space, a warning or perhaps a challenge. Commander Miles' eyes narrowed. Kai analyzed the signal immediately. Cross-check with all known alien frequencies. Lieutenant Zhang worked quickly, his fingers flying across the console. It's strange. It's not from any species we've encountered. It's old, perhaps centuries old. But it's definitely coming toward us. Miles leaned forward. Alert all units. This could be something new. Something dangerous. The galaxy knows we exist now. And someone, or something, is watching. Outside, Titan's engines glowed faintly, ready for action. The human fleet remained in formation, prepared for whatever would come next. Earth had shown its power, but the war was far from over. The first lesson had been delivered, but the galaxy would respond. And as the moon base hummed with activity, one thought echoed through every officer's mind. The true test of humanity's strength was only beginning. The first battle was won. The message was sent. But in the shadows of distant space, something waited, patient, silent, and possibly more dangerous than any alien fleet humanity had faced. Project Titan had revealed Earth's ultimate weapon, and the galaxy would never be the same. The stars shimmered in the distance, but among them, a new threat stirred. The war had ended, for now. But the real story was just beginning.